So again, it depends on us. When we are seeking God's will in our life, are we asking for permission to do something, or are we asking God for instruction? Um, as Saint Porphyrio says, a slave, it's a beautiful thing to be the slave of God. Saint Paul calls himself the servant of God. I'm remembering something else. At many of his epistles, he says the servant of God. But the Greek word for servant, as I'm sure you know, since you know Greek, is doulos, which means slave, the slave of God. The slave, he says. That's what Saint Paul actually writes. And St. Porphyrio says the slave doesn't have a will of his own. He does whatever the master tells him to do. And it's a beautiful thing for us not to have a will of our own, to just be obedient to God. That's where we want to go. We want to follow Christ and trust him completely so that his will is our will. It's united. But if we can't do that, then we should at least try to obey his commandments as best as possible and to be seeking his blessing and his will is done in our life to the degree that we're able to carry. I mentioned at the beginning of my talk that everything that's going on with us is the providence of God.